Today's video is brought to you by Marvel's Midnight Suns. If you think about it, Doctor Strange is the magical side of the Marvel Universe. Of course there are other characters, but Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, the core guardian that defends the Earth from the threats beyond the Veil. Vast creatures that would feast upon our world. The dimensional warlords that would conquer us if he just didn't exist. Doctor Strange is originally portrayed as an arrogant character who must learn humility, and there are things out in the universe that are bigger than himself. Originally created by Steve Ditko, he decided to write and draw a 5-page pitch as a more experimental character than the usual superheroes. Then he brought it to Stan Lee. Doctor Strange first appeared in Strange Tales number 110, published in 1963. Doctor Strange's origin showed that he was a brilliant but wildly arrogant surgeon who was constantly looking for the next challenge while charging vast amounts of money for his services. After a car accident, Doctor Strange's hands were shattered, and while he does recover from these injuries, the nerve damage means that he can no longer perform his surgeries, as his hands are terribly uncontrollable now. Strange would begin to search the world for any means to heal himself completely, with his travels eventually bringing him to the Ancient One, the Sorcerer Supreme of the 616 universe. After stopping a plot by Baron Mordo, the Ancient One's current student, Stephen would become his disciple. He would learn the ways of both the mystical and martial arts, taking up residence in the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York to act as a defender against the magical threats, alongside his friend Wong. Strange would eventually become the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, fighting against an array of magical enemies, including the likes of Baron Mordo, Dormammu of the Dark Dimension, Shuma Gorath, Dracula, and various warlords from beyond our world. Strange would fight alongside Wong, Brother Voodoo, Magic, and Clea, who herself would become his wife and then the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension. Doctor Strange would also become a member of the Avengers, helping them fight against various magical threats, as well as the leader of the Defenders, a team of not-so-team-oriented characters, such as Namor, the Hulk, and Silver Surfer. Stephen would also start Strange's Academy, which acts as a school to train the next generation of magic users within the Marvel Universe. Most of the important moments with the history of Doctor Strange involve his magical history. So unlike the other videos we've done on the characters within Midnight Suns, we're just gonna combine them for Doctor Strange's history because he's so magically based. He is the Sorcerer Supreme after all, what would you expect? Though he has been a part of major Marvel events that do not strictly involve magic. After his origins, Strange moved to New York and took up residence within the Sanctum Sanctorum, but he wasn't actually the Sorcerer Supreme, with his title in the comics as the Master of Black Magic. It was only after the comic arc title, The Separate Reality, that Strange would become Marvel Universe's Sorcerer Supreme. The series would see him begin to strengthen the protections of our world, while moving through many dimensions and fighting against all kinds of evil and horrors. Early Doctor Strange comics were very experimental and saw the mystical hero crossing over into the world of horror, such as Marvel's Tomb of Dracula. In one such story, Strange discovers that Wong has been murdered. He finds the body in an alleyway with 2 bite marks in the neck. Casting a spell, Stephen Strange manages to trap Wong's body in time while he hunts down Dracula, hoping to find a cure for the curse. Stephen is actually defeated and bitten by a vampire, but manages an astral projection. While the curse overtakes his body, Stephen begins to haunt Dracula, which ends with the two of them fighting as Stephen's body is overtaken by the curse. But he manages to use his magic to expel it from his and Wong's body. Strange would then meet Dracula again at one point, this time casting a spell that actually gets rid of all vampires on Earth for a short period of time. Another story that some consider to be among the best of Doctor Strange is Triumph in Torment. This story sees Doctor Strange win a tournament to decide who will be the next Sorcerer Supreme. He manages to defeat Doctor Doom, who then requests his help to journey into the underworld to retrieve his mother's soul from Mephisto. Strange agrees, and the two must fight through the realm of horror. Shockingly, Doctor Doom isn't completely forthright with Doctor Strange, and he betrays him. I was so surprised myself when I read that storyline. Strange is also a key member of the Illuminati, a group of powerful heroes who would make the hard choices that were needed to protect the Earth. The group took part in stopping the incursions before the Secret Wars event. Basically, what this meant was that multiple universes were colliding and the Earths would crash into each other. Hoping to destroy the other reality so that their reality would survive, they went to extreme methods, such as Doctor Strange releasing all of the demons within him to swallow a whole universe. At the end of that storyline, the world was destroyed anyway, so all history of this was pretty much been erased. During the Secret Wars event, which came out directly after the Incursions event, Strange acted as Doom's sheriff. Stephen Strange is one of the few people that realized that Battleworld had been created by Doom and wasn't the actual world, and he was instrumental in getting the regular world back to normal. With that, Stephen Strange would eventually decide that he needed to train the next generation of magical users in the 616 universe. To this end, he decides to found the Strange Academy, a magic school where people are taught by the likes of Magic and Brother Voodoo. In a more recent storyline, The Death of Doctor Strange, we learn that not even death can keep Doctor Strange out of the fight. He spends a day going through the city fighting against mystical forces, while also trying to help people in their day-to-day lives. But he's killed at the door to the Sanctum Sanctorum. His body is discovered the following morning, with his magical artifacts missing and his hands removed. Everyone is very sad until a portal opens up and a young Doctor Strange appears. Turns out that Doctor Strange had severed a week from his life, believing that his younger self could help solve the murder should it ever occur. Eventually learning that Caecilius is behind the murder, the young Strange confronts him and casts a healing spell, using the villain's body to resurrect Stephen Strange for a short time. With the Sorcerer Supreme returned, the heroes of the Marvel Universe defeat the Peregrine Child. But Stephen must return to the afterlife, leaving Clea to take up the mantle of the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth. And there you go, a brief look at some of the major moments of Doctor Strange's past. If there's a magical incursion into the 616 universe, you're going to want Sorcerer Supreme on your side, no doubt about it. What kind of adventures does he get into with Marvel's Midnight Suns? You'll have to play to find out, and check back here as we delve into more of the history within the characters in the upcoming game.